Need a pen, yeah. Yeah. All right, we all ready? No, where they sign up front? No, I just wanted to start the meeting at 7, but we're okay. It's just something that will. Oh, I don't have a pen. No. I've just got to remember to. I don't see Jeffrey. If he's out there. Corky. Do you want? I don't know if Jeffrey Pennington's here or not.
If he's not here.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, I'm reminding you of Saturday.
Yeah.
You're on first. Okay.
But it's still
Police
Christian.
chaplain's here too.
Who is?
The police chaplain.
Okay, where's Ronnie at? Ronnie, all right? I don't see him. Where's he at? I don't see Jeffrey Pennington. Y'all see him? Jeffrey Pennington, First Baptist Church.
You want me to do it?
Is that Jeffrey in there? I don't know. No, that's Ronnie Waddell's. Ronnie Waddell, where's he at? He was here. I wonder if he's out in the foyer. Okay. Ready to get started. All right, we get ready to get started. Are we ready?
Got it.
What are they doing? What are they doing with the mic?
Previous. Okay. Got it.
Are we ready? I'll call this meeting to order on Monday, May the 2nd, 2016. This is our second meeting at 7, is that correct? Yes. Jeffrey Pennington, pastor of the First Baptist Church. Do I see him out there? I hope he got the word that we were, and he may not have, that we're meeting start at 7 now rather than 7:30. I know Ronnie, we got Officer Waddell to. I know chaplains can pray at the drop of a hat. So, Ron, would you mind leading us? Would you mind giving the invocation and also lead us in the pledge of the flag? So, everyone, please rise.
Pray with me. Father God, we thank you for the peace and tranquility that we have here in the city of Smyrna. Lord, we ask that you help it to continue in that way. Lord, give these people that are our leaders the wisdom and the courage to do the right thing. Lord, we thank you for the participants here today. We ask that you continue to bless and encourage those who live in the city. And Lord, we ask for your safety and protection as always. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you. We do not have any agenda changes. I know we've got a couple of candidates that are running for public office. I will give you an opportunity come up to the podium and briefly tell us what you're running for. I think the election's May 26th, so don't be afraid. What is it, 24th? Just missed it by 2 days. It's May 24th. So anyone that's running for public office would like to make any kind of comments, come forth this time. And the longer you take, the less I'll probably vote for you, so make it quick. I'm just kidding, but it's the truth.
No, thank you for that, Mayor. I
Yep.
appreciate it. Council members.
You go right there, because you're on,
Okay.
this is shown in about 80 different countries.
My name's Aaron Strimban. I'm running for Cobb County State Court Judge. And I'm proud to say I grew up here in Cobb County, went to elementary, middle, and high school here. Went away to college at University of Virginia, came back for Georgia State. Now I have my own practice right off the square in Marietta doing civil litigation. That's what's handled in state court, civil litigation and misdemeanor crime. So I'd appreciate your vote on May 24th. Thanks a lot.
That's perfect.
Thank you.
Good luck. Thank you.
Good evening. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My name is Leah Zamet. I am running for State Court Post 3, not against Mr. Strimbam. We are running in different races. The community may be aware that there are several signs with lots of different names on them, and that's because we have 4 open judge positions due to people retiring, and so there are a lot of qualified candidates that are seeking the office. I have been a litigator for 18 years. I was a magistrate court judge here in Cobb County for 4. I am very excited to take the bench to move cases along. I think we have some growth that is incredible in this county, and I think we need some strong, decisive leaders that believe in judicial management and to act without any other professional or personal agenda. And that's what I hope to do, and I ask for your vote May 24th. Early voting started today. Thank you.
And tell us that last name again.
It is Zamet with a Z, nothing else.
Right.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
Anyone else? Okay. Thank y'all for coming. Sorry about the air conditioner. We usually have air in this council chamber. It's just it's hot, so it's real hot. Okay. We've got 3 proclamations that we're going to present tonight. 2016-171 is a proclamation in recognition of Respect for Law Day, May the 6th, 2016. Derek Norton, who chairs the Public Safety Committee, is going to read that. And I know there's some folks here from the Optimist Club. Is that correct? Y'all want to step forward? If you can let those folks in. And then, Derek, if you'll read that, and you can present that, and I'm sure Betty will have a few things to say. So, Mr. Norton.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's a proclamation by the Mayor of the City of Smyrna, Respect for Law Day. Whereas crime and its effect upon the lives and property of Smyrna and Cobb County citizens is of utmost concern to the members of the Smyrna Optimist Club, and crime undermines and erodes the moral and economic strengths of our communities. And whereas the Smyrna Optimist Club has, for many years, recognized that public awareness and determination to maintain the faith in the preservation of law and order and the appreciation of law enforcement officers and their role in preserving social order is everyone's responsibility. And whereas the Smyrna Optimist Club and its members annually recognize and honor the men and women of the Smyrna Police Department and others in law enforcement who put their lives on the line daily to safeguard and protect the citizens of this community, to reduce the crime in the area, and to make the city of Smyrna a better and safer place to live, work, and play. And whereas the Smyrna Optimist Club and its members continue to sponsor and support programs aimed at combating crime and disrespect for the law through year-round efforts. Now, therefore, I, A. Max Bacon, Mayor of the City of Smyrna, do hereby proclaim May 6, 2016 as Respect for Law Day, and ask all citizens of Smyrna and the surrounding area to join with the Smyrna Optimists in carrying the message of respect for law to everyone, and by example exercise responsible citizenship. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Smyrna to be affixed upon this 2nd day of May in the year of our Lord, 2016. A. Max Bacon.
Present that to him. Betty, anything you'd like to say?
Yes, Mayor, thank you and the council for doing this proclamation. On behalf of the Smyrna Optimists, I proudly accept it and would invite anybody that can hear me, if you know a police officer or anyone in law enforcement, please tell them how much we appreciate what they do to make our community a safer place to live. And I want to see some of you people up there come to our breakfast on Friday morning at the 6th.
Thank you, Betty.
This is Chuck Hoskins. He's our president. If he has a few words to say, he can.
I think Betty has kind of covered it all, but we do really appreciate the work that our law enforcement does for the community, and hope to see you all at breakfast Friday.
Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all for what y'all
Miss
do.
Betty, you said Friday morning at 6. Did you expect us to be cooking the
No,
eggs?
we have some of the people come at 6 o'clock, so if you want to come and join the other crowd at 6, you can.
Thank you.
And Ron, we want to see you even though you're not the chairman.
If there's food,
Thank you.
if there's food, Mr. Fennell's got a 98% chance he'll be there.
Here, I would like for you to come and present the proclamation to the chief on Friday morning if you can make it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank
I'll
you.
try my best.
Thank you.
You don't cut anybody no slack when it comes to respect for Law Day. Thank y'all for what y'all do. Item B, 2016-189 is a proclamation in recognition of the American Lung Association Women's Lung Health Week. Mr. Norton has got that. Is there anyone here from the American Lung Association? Oh, you step forward and we'll let Mr. Norton read that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We're glad to have Melissa Bauer here, and American Lung Association has had their office in Ward 1 for over 30 years. Proclamation by the Mayor of the City of Smyrna in recognition of Women's Lung Health Week, American Lung Association. Whereas every 5 minutes a woman in the U.S. is told she has lung cancer, and whereas lung cancer is the #1 cancer killer of women in the U.S., and whereas the lung cancer death rate in women has almost doubled over the past 37 years, and whereas advocacy and increased awareness will result in more and better treatment for women with lung cancer and other lung diseases and will ultimately save lives, and whereas Lung Force is the national movement led by the American Lung Association and locally supported by Cancer Treatment Centers of America with the mission of making lung cancer history, uniting women to stand together with a collective strength and determination to lead the fight against lung cancer and for lung health. Now, therefore, I, A. Max Bacon, Mayor of the City of Smyrna, Georgia, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the laws of Smyrna and Georgia, do hereby designate the second full week in May as Women's Lung Health Week throughout Smyrna and encourage all Smyrna residents to learn more about the detection and treatment of lung cancer. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Smyrna to be affixed upon the second day of May in the year of our Lord, 2016. Mayor A. Max Bacon.
If you'll present that, anything you'd like to say,
Absolutely. First, I'd like to thank you, Mayor Bacon, and the council for the proclamation. Obviously, we covered some of those bases on there, but women are far more at risk of lung cancer than men, and actually 2/3 of those diagnosed are non-smokers. So it is not a smoker's disease, and less than half of those diagnosed will live past 12 months. So it's important that we advocate for this. Next week starts our turquoise takeover. So I invite all council members and the mayor on Tuesday to wear some form of turquoise to represent Women's Lung Health Month. We are working diligently to change those statistics and odds for women, but it really is, unfortunately, killing more women than breast cancer or cervical cancer combined. So we want to change that. So I appreciate the proclamation and the opportunity to share that with you.
thank you very much. Thank you. And item C under the mayor's report is 2016-190, a proclamation recognizing Smyrna City Clerk Terry Graham and Municipal Clerks Week. Andrea Bluestein has that. Municipal Clerks Week is May, starting when? May? Yep.
Terry, would you like to go to the podium so I can deliver it to you? Just a few minutes. Okay, this is a proclamation by the mayor of the city of Smyrna in recognition of Municipal Clerks Week, May 1st through 7th, 2016. Whereas the office of the municipal clerk, a time-honored and a vital part of local government, exists throughout the world, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk is the oldest among public servants, and whereas the office of the municipal clerk provides the professional link between the citizens, the local governing bodies, and agencies of government at other levels, and whereas municipal clerks have pledged to be ever mindful of their neutrality and impartiality, rendering equal service to all, And whereas the municipal clerk serves as the information center on functions of local government and community, and whereas municipal clerks continually strive to improve the administration of the affairs of the office of the municipal clerk through participation in education programs, seminars, workshops, and the annual meetings of their state, province, country, and international professional organizations. And whereas it is most appropriate that we recognize the accomplishment of the office of the municipal clerk now. Therefore, I, A. Max Bacon, Mayor of the City of Smyrna, do hereby recognize the week of May 1st through 7th, 2016, as Municipal Clerks Week, and further extend appreciation to our municipal clerk, Terry Graham, and to all municipal clerks for the vital services they perform and their exemplary dedication to the communities they represent. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Smyrna to be affixed upon this 2nd day of May in the year of our Lord 2016. A. Max Bacon.
Thank you so much, Andrea and Mayor Bacon and City Council, for recognizing Municipal Clerks Week, which is celebrated internationally. The city clerks usually is the hub of every city and a very important mandated role for each city. I am honored to be the city clerk for the City of Smyrna. I work for and with many talented employees and elected officials. I would also like to thank Heather Pekin-Korn, our deputy city clerk, who works tirelessly with me to make sure the business of the city is done. And if you Google the municipal clerks, you will learn that there's a long history of municipal clerks. And I'm going to just read you a little portion, and I promise I won't take but just a minute. But the municipal clerk is the oldest of public servants in local government, along with the tax collector. The profession traces back to biblical times. For example, the modern Hebrew translation means city or town, reminder. The early keepers of archives are often called remembrancers, and before writing came to use their memory served as public record. Ancient Greece had a city secretary who read official documents publicly at the opening of a meeting. One of his first duties was to decree a curse upon anyone who would seek to deceive the people.
A curse?
A curse. Yes, sir.
That'd have been why I missed the last meeting. Thank you for all you do. And the city clerk is the keeper of the records, and that's very important for our city. And Heather, thank y'all for what y'all doing. I wish you could have worked more on the air conditioner today than your statement.
Well, I tried. I just,
Pretty hot in
I could
here,
only
so.
do so much. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being our city clerk. Thank you.
Just before we get into the department head reports, I do want to just once again congratulate the recipients of the Mayor's Education Awards, which I was told this is the 10th year that we've done this, and it's where we recognize a student, a volunteer, and a staff member that the principal selects from all the schools, and they were here tonight. Had a great crowd, and there wasn't any air conditioning for that either. So, but congratulations to those folks. Department head reports, Mr. Mike Jones.
Thank you, Mayor. We have 3 department head reports for you this evening. We have Keep Smyrna Beautiful and Community Development and our library, and this will start with Ann Kirks, Director of Keep Smyrna Beautiful, will lead us off. Ann, thank you.
Thank you.
I think so. Very good. Well, maybe not. We had a really busy quarter this quarter, and we're getting ready to have quite a few activities coming up. So our Keep Smyrna Beautiful Awards Banquet was March 31st. We honored over 60 groups and individuals for the outstanding work that they do in our community. And pictured are the ROTC group from Campbell, who have adopted a mile for many years for us, and I was glad that they could come out. Our Great American Cleanup was held April 16th. We had 214 volunteers this year. It's one of our largest ever. 149 bags of litter were collected over 46 miles, and this group gave 488 hours. That's one of the groups. We've had 2 shredding events. We were honored to have Calandra Financial Services sponsor a second event after our event on March the 18th. And we had 472 patrons for these events total. We recycled over 18,000 pounds of paper. And the question on everyone's mind is, when is the next one? And it will be planned tentatively for September. We try to space these out 6 months apart. Our upcoming events are our Keep Smyrna Beautiful Garden Tour on May the 14th from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. We have 5 beautiful private gardens, and we'll have local artists on site in 3 of the gardens. And our tea room will feature live music and a plant sale and delicious complimentary refreshments. This is a lot for a $15 ticket. It will take about 2 hours at the most to do the tour because all the gardens are within a limited area. The tickets are on sale at the Smyrna Community Center, the Recycling Center, Love Street, Neighbors Feed and Seed, Vickery Hardware, and the Bird and the Bee. And they're $15 in advance and $20 the day of the tour. And on the day of the tour, they'll be sold only at the Taylor Bronner House. I wanted to remind people that we do have the Kidney Fund truck now at the Recycling Center, and the Recycling Center is open Tuesday through Saturday, and we will take your hard-to-recycle items, including your glass and plastic bags. If there's an item you want to recycle or dispose of, call our office, and if we don't do it, we can tell you who will. Our Smyrna Fresh Market starts this Saturday, grand opening at 8 a.m. And we'll have most of our old favorite vendors returning and lots of wonderful items. And this year we're partnering with the Smyrna Arts and Cultural Council to bring artists to the market and music. So we can't wait to see how that works out. The Smyrna Community Garden only has 7 plots left, so if you're interested in getting a plot for this year, please give our office a call and get in touch with us so we can help make that happen. We want to thank Calandra Financial Services, AT&T Telecom Pioneers who came out to help with that event, Kennesaw State University students who have been to almost every one of our events this year, our board and community volunteers, Angie Bolton and IBM volunteers who cleaned a stream over on Windy Hill Road as it's near Old South Barbecue. They cleaned that out the other day. Advanced Disposal sponsored our awards banquet. Lowe's gave us 20 cases of water, and Glad gave us 500 bags for our events. Here's our contact information, and thank you for keeping Smyrna beautiful.
Thank you, Ian.
And thank you very much. Next from Community Development Department is Director of Community Development, Mr. Ken Sudreth.
Okay, I'm going to change it up a little bit and really talk to you about what the community in general is talking about and give you some status reports on that. Obviously, we talked about the overlay district. Staff has just received in the last couple of days from Georgia Tech the proposal for the market impact study and the student project that we've talked about. So we're evaluating that now. Staff also has a meeting scheduled this month with Fuqua Development, just to remind you that that's the Braves retail developer, so that we can have a roundtable discussion with them regarding retail in the area. And then staff continues to meet with a lot of different firms. I think the last time we talked, I did mention Cushman and Wakefield, but since that time, We've talked to Wood Partners who about their apartment market, Colliers International about the office market in this area. CBRE is a hospitality market, and then AECOM, they're the ones that designed and are overseeing the proposed bridge flyovers that were headed towards the stadium. Staff also has other meetings scheduled. So again, I just wanted to give you an update on where we are with that overlay. With Belmont, the following businesses have either obtained a tenant finish permit and or a business license. Creekwood Tavern, CeeLo Blue, Luxury Nail Spa and Style Barber and Hearing Solutions, and Greek Village Tavern and Miss Heel Boutique. All of those are underway.
What was the Greek? What the Greek?
It's called the Greek Village Tavern. And actually, if I recall, Mayor, Creekwood Tavern is on the plaza where the fountain is, but the one with the stairwell, because they're going to have the rooftop seating. On the other side of the plaza, I believe that's where the Greek Village Tavern is going. So there'll be restaurants on both sides of the fountain there. Jonquil, grading permit has been issued. The building permit for Publix is actually on tonight's agenda. The building permit for the two corner retail buildings, if you remember, the corner is wrapped with two small, relatively speaking, small retail buildings. That's on the verge of being issued. So you'll see that probably next month in your commercial business license. The apartment plans are in and are under review. No permit has yet been issued on that. And no plans have been submitted for the freestanding retail structure, and that's the structure that would be at the northernmost end of the development next to the Welcome Center. Now, with regard to Smyrna Grove, they've actually have 10 homeowners in there. Currently, they've closed and moved in. They have 24 contracts. There are 7 spec homes currently being built, and the average sales price, as of what we were told this morning, is a little over $400,000.
Good grief. This is the former Hickory Lakes, which is behind Venture Outdoor. Is that
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
I decided to give you an update on business license, since the first quarter of the year is really when we do issue most of those because of our they are due at that point. But without reading through all of these, I just wanted to point out that there are 2 that we have already surpassed in the first 4 months from 2015. The retail, we've issued more retail and we've issued more insurance this year. And the grand total is actually more than we issued of all last year on that. So I wanted to make sure you just got a quickie on that. We're continuing to issue alcohol license, and new businesses to date are 158. That also includes home occupations. And finally, for code compliance numbers, for the first 4 months of the year, we've actually had 6 sessions. 29 properties have gone, considered 46 violations, a little over $10,000 in fines. Happy to answer any questions, but that is the end of my report.
Thank you, Ken.
Ken, thank you. It's difficult to have a Smyrna City Council meeting without Ken Sutterth being present, or at least I haven't seen one yet.
I'm glad to go home anytime that you would like.
Oh no, you're going to sit through this heat. You're going to sit through this sweltering heat. We don't. All these good things going on, we can't have air conditioning.
And next, we have our library director, Miss Mary Moore, to give us an update on library services.
I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Mary Moore. I'm the library director. I'd like to spend my time tonight talking about our summer reading program. This year's theme is about sports and fitness, both mental fitness and physical fitness. The themes for the juvenile are on your mark, get set, read, get in the game, read is teen, and then exercise your mind, read is for the adults. So why do we make such a big deal about the summer reading program? It seems like libraries are always making a big splash about that every year. It's no mystery that it's the busiest time of year. I mean, people are out of school and in the library. But there's a method to our madness. Studies show that kids who do not have access to books over the course of the summer experience what's called the summer slide. And they fall behind their peers who do have access to books, both in reading level and other academic skills. If that happens to a kid year after year after year, that summer slide compounds and they fall grade levels behind their peers, and that can affect their entire life. So public libraries make a very big deal of summer reading because they want kids to have access to books every summer. So to get kids kicked off and ready to go for summer, we're going to have a Library Olympics, which is great. This is an Olympic year, and we're doing sports and fitness, so it works out just perfect. On Friday, March 27, we'll be right outside the library next to what we call the little train park. So please please no rain that day if you can arrange it. We'll be there from 10:30 to noon, and we'll have all these different events set up that we're calling Olympic stations, and the kids go around and do all the different events. And once they complete all these events, they'll get a medal, and there'll be a selfie station set up to where they get to pose with their medal just like the Olympians. So that'll be just tons of fun. And the friends will be there giving away free ice cream and bottled water. So please come out and join us that day. The children's classes and events are start out similar to what we do year-round. We have 5 pre-K story times every week all around the year, but in summer we also add a weekly Ready Readers event for early and elementary. We have a weekly tween time, which is like the 8 to 12-year-olds. We'll have 2 Lego Club, a puppet show, vintage games, yoga, self-defense, and a Derby Day. I'm really excited about the Derby Day. We're partnering with KSB on this because the Derby cards, they'll have to make the Derby cards out of recycled materials, and then we'll race them and we'll have loads of fun on that day. That's towards the end of summer. The reading challenge for summer is we'd like kids to read at least 8 hours over the course of the summer. And on the surface, that might sound like a lot of time. But if you break it down in 3 20-minute sessions each week for 8 weeks, bam, you got your 8 hours and you get a free book. If you read another 8 hours, you get another free book. If you read another 8 hours, you get another free book. So we have lots of really cool incentives for the kids, stickers and bookmarks and other prizes, coupons and whatnot. And at the end of summer, we'll also have bags of books that we'll have raffles to give away. For the teens, they have a weekly teen time where they'll do vintage games. They'll have an MMA workshop. I don't know how that's going to go. Chocolate games, yoga, video games on the Wii. And just like last summer, they'll have like a little card where they have different activities they have to do to fill up their card. And that's an entry into their raffle of prizes. We'll have gift cards and cool stuff. And the grand prize for them is a Creative Movo mini speaker, which apparently to a teen is really cool. But I'm not in the know, so I didn't know that. We have not forgotten the adults. This year, just like always, we have lectures and book discussions and Maker Mondays and more yoga classes for the adults. We also are going to have the weekly giveaways for the adults as well. We'll have different activities that adults can do to get entered into the weekly raffle. Those will be like gift cards to local businesses and free books and things like that. And then at the end of summer, everybody who's been included in the weekly raffles will be in the big grand prize raffle. We'll be giving away 2 Fitbits. The Friends of Smyrna Library underwrite all these reading incentives as well as the special events like the puppet shows and things like that we bring in from the outside. They give us $4,000 every year to make, wow, is right, to make our summer readings program really special. So I just wanted to point that out and thank them. And since they support us so well, here is a way you can support the Friends of the Library. They're having a special fundraiser May 14, Saturday night. It's 6 to 8. It's kind of an after-hours library event. It's something new. They've never tried this before. It's a combination social event and fundraiser. So if you're a music lover, especially if you're a vinyl record collector, you're going to love this event. $10 at the door. 2 free drink tickets come with that $10. There'll be music and hors d'oeuvres, so you can sit and relax and browse through the LPs and the CDs and buy some albums to benefit the library. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this event. I think it's going to be something special. Lastly, I'd like to invite everyone to our gallery opening tomorrow night. It's Tuesday, May 3rd, 6 to 7 p.m. It'll be downstairs in the first floor of the library. That is the culmination of a 6-month project called Curiosity Creates, which is a series of art workshops for the tweens. All the participants have contributed artwork to this exhibit, so you can come tomorrow night and meet the artists. They'll be there with their families, and it'll be a really nice event. Lastly, I'd just want to reiterate there are many ways to stay in touch and keep track of all the cool stuff happening at the library. We have 26 newsletters, Facebook feeds, Twitter, and Pinterest. So keep in touch.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Mayor, that concludes the department head reports for this evening.
Okay. Stand by. Next item is item 5, land issues, zonings, and annexation. We don't have any. Is that correct? Am I looking at the right one? Previous license is 6. We have none. Item 7 is formal business A 2016-186, approval of extended work hours for J&A Construction and Home Builders for completion of land disturbance and grading activity, 17.77 acres, land lot 178, Veterans Memorial Highway, JA Construction and Home Builders. Mr. Jones, the background, please.
Mayor, this comes to community development. It's a result of the state variance process for wetland encroachment, and that's caused some delays in the construction. This company presented a proposal to the community development staff, and while they didn't get everything that they asked for, they were able to work out some recommendations on the part of community development, and they're now recommending approval of those extended work hours. And let me read those to you quickly. The extension of work hours are from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Thursday. The extension of work hours from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. on Saturdays. And the construction company, J&A, will mitigate noise disturbance between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. on weekdays, and on Saturdays from 6 p.m. till 7 p.m.
So there's no change on Friday, is that right?
The extended work hours will run through 8 p.m. on Friday.
Okay. This is in Mr. Ron Finless in his district, I think. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. That background describes it pretty much. It's 17.7 acres. Mr. Rhodes Development. How many units, Ken, is contemplated for that build-out? I can't recall off the top of my head. But this work is to commence with this new schedule, and that is mutually accepted by the parties involved. So with that, I move approval of item 2016-186, approval of extended work hours for J&A Construction and Home Builders for the completion of land disturbance and grading activities for their 17.7 acre tract land lot 178, Veterans Memorial Parkway Highway by J&A Construction and Home Builders.
A second.
Have a motion and a second to approve this request. Is there any other discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. It's approved 7-0. Item B 2016-148, award of RFP 16-037, Historic Reed House Event Center construction. Manager at Risk Services and pre-construction fee to Peachtree Construction Services, Inc., in the amount of $12,500. Mr. Jones, the background, please.
Mayor, this is the renovation that we've been waiting for on the historic Reed House. The house constructed in 1910 consists of 4,900 square feet on a little over 3.5 acres on Atlanta Road. The project will consist of installation of driveways, parking areas, and then interior improvements that will make the facility an event facility and also make it ADA compliant. There'll be renovations on both both floors of that facility. What's in front of you is an RFP. We had 3 contractors attend a mandatory pre-bid. We received 2 responses. one from a company called Diversified, who's done very successful work here in Smyrna, and the winning one is Peachtree Construction Services. What's in front of you tonight is the pre-construction services portion of that. It comes in 3 pieces. This pre-construction is $12,500, and that will aid us in arriving at a guaranteed max price. That's where the balance of this contract will come in, and it will come back before this council. The other 2 components of that contract is a percent fee construction at 12.5%, and there'll be a monthly general conditions payment that will be paid to this contractor. But so those remaining 2 pieces will come before you. But this is step 1 in this CM manager, construction manager at risk project. Our engineer on this project is Croy Engineering. They'll serve as our project manager, and Lyman David Dooley will continue to function in the role of architect.
Mr. Corky Welch.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With that being said, I'd like to make a motion to award RFP 16-037 for the manager at risk services and pre-construction fee for Peachtree Construction Services Incorporated in the amount of $12,500.
Second.
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. It's approved 7-0. Item 8, commercial building permits. A 2016-185, issuance of a commercial building permit for the new Publix at 2955 Atlanta Road, 3.37 acre land lot 559 at 2955 Atlanta Road. Benny Construction. Mr. Jones, the quick background on that.
Mayor, this is what Ken Sutter was referring to when he given his presentation on the Jonquil site. This is for the Publix. The construction fee, cost of construction for this building is about $4.2 million, and the estimated completion date is the end of December of 2016.
Ms. Terranova, who represents that district.
Yes, thank you, sir. Many years ago, a shopping center was torn down, and Smyrna rejoiced because we were told we were getting a Publix there. And then 2008 happened, and then the recession happened, and the Publix didn't come, and we were told the Publix wasn't going to come, and lo, a Publix is coming to the corner of Spring and Atlanta Roads, and I'm very, very excited to make the motion tonight. So I do move to approve item 8A. This is the item 2016-185 for the issuance of a commercial building permit for a new Publix at 2955 Atlanta Road. It's 3.37 acres, land lot 559, 2955 Atlanta Road. It is the Benning Construction Company.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor of the motion, please vote. Missing one more, so that's approved 7-0. Item B, 2016-184, issuance of a commercial building permit for a new Waffle House restaurant at 2316 South Cobb Drive, 1.7 acres, land lot 347, 2316 South Cobb Drive. Mr. Jones, if you can give us a background, that'd be great.
I guess all I could add to that is the construction, estimated cost of construction for this project is just under $300,000, and I don't have a completion date, but I'm under the impression it will not take them very long.
Ms. Susan Wilkinson.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, I would like to move to make a motion to approve item 8B 2016-184, issuance of a commercial building permit for a new Waffle House restaurant at 2316 South Cobb Drive, 1.7 acres, land lot 347-2316 South Cobb Drive, Waffle House Incorporated.
Second the motion.
Motion is second. Is there any discussion? All those in favor of the motion, please vote. Approved 7-0.
I think they can be open by Monday if.
Mr. Fennell just announced he'd be cutting the ribbon to be the first customer. Item 9 is consent agenda. Mr. Jones, will you please read the consent agenda for
Yes, sir, Mayor. There are 3 items tonight for your consideration. The approval of mayor and council meeting minutes from the April 18, 2016 meeting. The approval to use council chambers for Vining Forest Condos Homeowners Association special called meeting. That's Thursday, May 19th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And lastly is an award of RFP 16-040. This is for the community center flooring replacement that's being awarded to Southeastern Commercial Flooring in the amount of $23,264.
Hear a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So,
all those in favor of the motion, please vote. Approved 7-0. Committee reports will start tonight with Mr. Ron Fennell. We'll start at that end.
thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Finance Committee has seen the first blush, as has council, of the work product of the staff for our FY17 budget. At our next meeting, we're going to have our first public meeting and comment period on that. We will have a daytime comment period as well. The budget draft is also online at some point and will be available for review and comment by the public. And then our goal is to have before this council for consideration next month the final approval of that proposed FY17 budget. The earlier Mayor's Education Award, I had several Ward 7 constituents. I want to congratulate them on the recognition for the hard work they do every day, and I want to congratulate the mayor again on taking the initiative to put 10 years in a row of this recognition of these hardworking young people in their classrooms, the teachers who make things happen, the principals who try to hold it all together, and the volunteers who make a lot of the pieces come together that can't otherwise be funded. This Thursday at lunch, the Smyrna Business Association has its luncheon at the community center. Our original speaker was to be Mike Plant. He has a special press conference that has been called for down at Turner Field at the time, so he is sending the gentleman who is now going to be in charge of the Battery, the business part of the complex just on the other end of Spring Road. It'll be interesting to hear from the guy who is actually leasing the space, who's talking to the customers, and who needs the Smyrna population as their customer base. So I urge you to come by and check out the Smyrna Business Association luncheon. That morning, the Cobb Prayer Breakfast will be at 7 a.m. at the Cobb Galleria. Those who are inclined, I urge you to join. You know, Smyrna was founded on the crossroads with the Methodists, the Baptists, and the other churches here, so we have a fondness for staying current with our gathering of our leaders of faith, and we do that every year at this time of year. And then finally, the Smyrna Business Association is holding a Meet the Candidates event at the Crafty Hog. It's just a meet and greet, no speeches. It'll be from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Crafty Hog in the back room. That is Thursday, the 19th of May. With that, Mr. Mayor, I conclude my report.
Mr. Doug Snow.
Nothing to report.
Ms. Susan Wilkinson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to mention about the public information meeting about the Windy Hill Road Boulevard concept that was held last Tuesday, and thank Croy Engineering for a really good job for all the hard work they put into the meeting, and also thank Eric Randall for attending. And I think it was a very good meeting, and there was 147 people that signed in, and I think that was a really good turnout for Ward 5, and also they're accepting feedback or public feedback or comments to be considered through May 6th. So if anyone is interested, you can call me or contact me or email me or Croy Engineering about that. Thank you.
Mr. Corky Welch.
I have no report this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Chair Nulowich.
Thank you. I have a couple of items. The vision process is humming along, and the implementation work groups are meeting regularly. The image and identity work group has been doing a lot to promote a hashtag for everyone to use when you are posting on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, wherever you like to post. If you are talking about something that you think makes Smyrna great, you can hashtag it with Love My Smyrna. And I hope that everyone will do that. A great time to start is tomorrow night at Food Truck Tuesdays. And it is wonderful how the Jonquil Festival does kick off the spring and summer event season in Smyrna. And I hope everyone is able to get out and enjoy all the great things we have going on. With that, I yield.
Ms. Andrea Bluestein.
For those of you who missed the Jonquil Festival, it was very nice. Even a little crowded, but very nice. I did want to remind everyone that my Ward 2 meeting is going to be this Saturday, May 7th, at the library from 10 to noon. And I hope that the Ward 2 can come. Thank you very much.
Mr. Derek Norton.
No report this evening, Mr. Mayor. Thank you.
Mr. Mike Jones, anything?
Real brief. Food Truck Tuesday is back. It starts tomorrow evening at the Taylor Bronner facility. We'd love to have everybody come out and celebrate with us.
And what time does that start?
That will start at 6 p.m.
And go till?
Officially till 9.
Okay. All right. Okay. Scott Cochran. Ms. Terry Graham, anything else? Okay.
I just want to remind everyone that we have an election coming up on May the 24th. Advanced voting started today and runs through the 20th. Early voting starts on the 16th. You can advance vote at the main office in Cobb County at the registrar's office. You can get your information from the City of Smyrna's website, smyrnacity.com, or from Cobb County's website, which is cobbcounty.org, and look up the elections information. Thank you.
Okay. We do not have a show cause here. Got some folks that have signed up for citizens input. Shawana Mayo, 3529 South Sherwood Road, Smyrna, Georgia, 30082. Sherwood Park subdivision stop sign speeding is our topic. Ms. Mayor. Sorry about the heat in here.
It's okay. Good evening, Mayor. Good evening, council members. My name is Shawana Mayo. I'm a resident of Sherwood Park subdivision, and I called to you this evening to reconsider. I have a petition here of 32 residents who are in favor of a stop sign and or a crosswalk at Nottingham and South Sherwood Road. We did have Eric Randall come out and assess the situation, and we were declined a stop sign and a crosswalk in our neighborhood. These are extenuating circumstances, and I plead with you to re-look at this situation. Our environment and our subdivision is across roads from Concord Road, where people come off of South Cobb Drive, and they also cut through from North Cooper Lake Road. And there's a lot of speeding that goes on that road. I moved there in December. Hashtag keep Smyrna safe. But I would also plead with you to just take a re-look at this situation. We have extenuating circumstances, and those being that the stadium is coming, and GPS systems, of which were not used before in the past, they will take residents and other customers that are coming through our neighborhood through less traveled roads, and that could mean coming down our road. We have 35 homes with children under the age of 6. So we really need our neighborhood to be safe. It's not just a speeding issue. And if we can't get a stop sign or a crosswalk, at least have our police officers that we care about very dearly, and I know they care about Smyrna, to enforce the speeding limit in our neighborhood. So we want you to take a look at this again, please, for the safety of our community. It's a safety and a quality of life issue, and we don't want any of our mothers and our moms or any of our neighbors to get hurt. So we ask that you relook at this situation and help us in this area. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Mike, I can never pronounce his name right. Yep, that's good enough. 5036 Laurel Springs Way, Airbnb and VRBO problems and noise.
If you would pull out the 9x12 yellow envelope that Mrs. Pecan Corn passed out. If you pull the contents out of there, I was going to read a letter out of there. I've been here at the council meeting, the latter one in January and earlier one in March this year, complaining about all the noise and disturbances at 5034 Laurel Springs Way with this Airbnb and VRBO. In this packet, you will find 4 neighbors from 3 different households complaining about this. It'll really outline the problem real well. I'm going to just read the first letter in the packet there. It's from Mary Beth Mulliken. She lives right next door to the property. I live on the other side on the attached house. And this will kind of clarify it. And again, if you read all the information in there, it'll give you a good idea of what's going on. Mary Beth Mulliken, I would say she's in her mid-30s. She's a professional, and she's engaged to be married. She couldn't be here tonight. This is dated January 7th, 2016. Mr. Cochran, I am writing you to formally complain about the new next-door neighbors. A few months ago, 5034 Laurel Springs Way was sold to a new owner. After a few weeks went by, I began to notice some strange happenings next door. There was a different car in the driveway almost every day. It was unclear to who my next-door neighbors was, so I did some investigating online. After some searching, I discovered that the house next door is being used as an Airbnb. I am sure you can imagine how easy this makes me feel as a female. It makes me uneasy to have no idea if the car in the driveway next door should be there or not. There are complete strangers going in and out of the house all the time. At first, I tried to remain open-minded to this unusual situation. However, recent occurrences have made that impossible. First of all, the guests go in and out of the house all hours of the night. I'm a heavy sleeper, and even I am woken up by doors slamming, people yelling, car alarms going off. I moved outside the perimeter to get away from the noise, and this is noisier than my experience living in Midtown and Buckhead. Secondly, the guests that stay next door are extremely unpredictable. For one night, we came home to several cars parked up and down the street, which was unusual for our neighborhood. I looked next door and saw cameras and stage lights and a crew. We initially thought someone was filming an adult film. I reached out to the new owners the owner of Airbnb, and he said that WeTV was filming a reality TV show there. This made it impossible to let my dog out that night, among other annoyances. Additionally, there have been other guests that use this house as a party pad, with several additional partygoers going in and out throughout the night. There have been unbelievably loud music, screaming, slamming into the walls on several occasions. One night we had to call the police with a noise complaint. Again, as a female, this makes the activity going on next door, makes me feel uneasy and unsafe in my own home. I never would have moved if I'd known I'd be essentially living next door to a motel. I am so disappointed that the city of Smyrna would allow this. I am writing to you to formally request that something be done about this. This Airbnb needs to be shut down immediately. And when I'm looking for counsel, I know that it's going to be, I would like to get the Airbnb and the VRBO ban. If that's not possible, at least pass an ordinance to have a 30-day minimum rental in this town. As it is, somebody can rent their house by the hour, and we're having all kind of noise and disturbances. I've been woken up 16 times since this has been going on the last 11 months. I'd like to get my sleep. I need my sleep. I'm 66 years old. I can't run on 4 hours sleep. I can't do it anymore. I'm an outside salesman. I work. I'm on the road. I'm having a tough time handling it.
Thank you. Deborah Trivantha, is that close? 5040?
Close, Mr. Mayor.
5040 Laurel Springs Way. Airbnb and noise safety.
Let me just say this. I'll be quick. I think everybody wants to go home. I live at 5040 Laurel Springs Way, so I'm down the street from Mr. Deathloff. What he's saying is absolutely true. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock at night, bang, slam, noise. I've lived in that subdivision since it was built, and we've never had a problem like this before. So I hope you will consider seriously looking into this, because I think it could be an issue going forward. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That is the last of our folks that have signed up for citizens' input. I don't know if Mr. Wells wants to make any comment.
I do want to make a very quick comment to the people in Laurel Springs. We've spoken privately after this meeting, and you've given me this on one other occasion, and we do have our city attorney looking into it to see exactly what we can do and what we can't do legally. So we're not disregarding your comments and anything else. We're working on to see what's available to us legally.
I think initially we thought the state might be going to pass something, and they chose not to. So we are looking into it from our level now. So, any other business to be brought before this body? If not, I declare this meeting adjourned at 7:59. There you go. Terry. Yeah, this is a sheet. Here, Mike, use that. Thank you. There you go. Cut this one.
Congratulations.